Hi everyone, welcome to episode 2 of the Eldritch Adventures of the Wystery Wachine. This is our Call of Cthulhu game. As you can see, our wonderful Nigel Coe, played by Alan, has produced this wonderful image that you see before you. We all have terrible senses of humour, hence why it's the Wystery Wachine. But there we go. If you missed our last session, or if you would like a refresher, as it's been a little while, unfortunately I became a little bit ill and we had to cancel our planned session for last Thursday and reschedule for today. The adventurers, the investigators as we call them in Call of Cthulhu, were trapped in a small town by a snowstorm, the town of Minton in the north of England, and have been present, or at least very near, for 2 murders, one of which appears to be a bloke who had his ear cut off and got beaten up and thrown out of a window, and the second one is a woman who got literally ripped to shreds. Both of them in the hotel. They've managed to make the local police very happy with them, and they're just kind of wandering around town now trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Is that a pretty succinct summary for you folks?
Yes, that works.
Okay, so at the end of last session you decided you were going to go to the newspaper office. So we will pick it up from there, I guess. I will also go to my Chanel so that I can see that this is indeed working. I think that it is, but I apologise for the clicking around all over the place, folks. If you are watching, just got to make sure it works. It'll go all weird and recursive when I bring up Twitch, which is currently not happening. There we go, yeah. So there you go, you get the weird and recursive thing of it looking at Twitch, looking at Twitch, looking at Twitch, so it just spirals off into infinity. I'm just going to leave it to do that for a second because it amuses me. It is the ever-diminishing faraway box. And there we go. That is good, so it appears to be working. Alright, so picking up where we left off, what would you like to do, folks? All right.
Yes, we're gonna walk into the newspaper office.
Cool. Let's do that then. So the newspaper office is the local paper. It is called The Valley Voice. It is a free newspaper that is published once every 2 weeks and distributed at various shops and pubs and various other places and posted through people's doors, of course. So, yes, you walk into a small office. This is, as I said, a branch office and not the main office. There is a small front desk with a well-dressed young woman behind it, and then a glass door through to what appears to be a small little, almost like a newsroom, but it's probably big enough for maybe 2 or 3 people maximum. The secretary looks up and smiles as you enter. Hello.
Hello. We can lead here. I can't actually remember what our leads are going to be. I know we need to ask about Delaney. Hi there. We're currently snowed in at the hotel. I don't know if you've heard about what's been going on there last night and this morning.
Last night and this morning? No, I mean the snow has kind of cut everything off, and also I'm just a secretary, so if you want to speak to one of the reporters, I mean the editor is here working on the latest edition. Do you have a story to tell? Something?
Well, yes. Well, I mean, there's actually been a couple of deaths just in the last 12 hours. So I think it might be good to speak to whoever's in the office.
Right. Okay. All right. I guess deaths. That's pretty serious. Okay, so yeah, Justin is in the office. He's the only one here today, so I guess I'll let you through.
Thank you.
Just head through. She knocks on the glass, and you are free to go through to the back if you want.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess we'll walk through. although I do know that we were going to try and look at historical records, weren't we? But yeah, maybe talk to the reporter and see what what if he has any information he can help us with. So you said his name was Justin.
Yes. Yep. So there is a youngish man. He looks to be sort of late 20s, maybe early 30s, bustling around in the back office. He looks up as you enter. Hello, grab a seat.
Oh, thank you very much.
All right, so he's looking at you expectantly while rummaging through a filing cabinet and not paying much attention to what he's doing. He looks like he's looking for something.
Hi there, it's Justin, isn't it?
Yeah, that's me. I'm the editor, Justin Miller.
Look, we've been snowed in. Our car broke down last night. And,
Right.
essentially, it's been a bit of a crazy situation. I don't know if you're aware of what's been going on at the hotel in the last sort of
12 hours?
Yeah, last 12 hours.
I did hear something about police being called up there because of a murder. Unfortunately, we're not allowed to publish anything about that until the police say it's okay to, in case it would interfere with our investigation. But I will certainly be happy to discuss it with you if there's something you wanted to tell us or something like that. I mean, I'm not sure what help we could be, really. We're just a small branch office of a Valley paper that kind of just does the rounds and just, contains coupons for a free beer at the pub and, local gossip, really.
Do you happen to have sort of an archive or anything here?
Yeah, we have an electronic archive. Every edition for the last 100 years was saved in a box somewhere and then scanned in a couple of years ago. And we do it as a matter of course now for the digital version. So yeah, we have everything the papers ever published for a good 100 years or so. Maybe slightly less.
Excellent. Because obviously we're not here to sort of tell you the details of what's going on in the hotel. As you said, the police are investigating the matter, but we did want to sort of check through some of your archives, if that'd be all right.
Sure. I don't see why that would be a problem. There's a computer over there you can use. Jeff's not here, obviously. He's with the family while they're all snowed in. I'll just boot it up for you. He starts the computer up and he goes, yeah, there you go. That's the archive. Feel free to have a look at whatever you want.
Wicked.
Some things that are outlandish or,
It's
maybe a bit ridiculous, ghost stories, anything like that.
It's basically a basic database, so you can search a term and it'll scan and see what articles relate to that term.
So we probably want to search for Mulaney first, right?
Delaney.
Oh, Delaney, sorry.
Sorry, you confused Justin Miller and Maximilian Delaney there. So you got Mulaney, which is not a bad name, actually. I'll have to steal
Do you
that.
think it might be?
Yeah, go for it.
Do you think it might be a good idea to, feed Justin some of sort of the basic details, and then, you might, maybe ask him about Delaney in a roundabout way, see if he, if he can fill us in on what this, what the type of guy this guy is.
If we feed him too much info, he's going to be like, well, why are you asking about this in conjunction with people being murdered in the hotel, right? We don't want to sort of
make those connections.
Yeah, exactly. We don't want to make it too known, because obviously this is a small town that everybody probably knows everyone, and we don't want to get back to the police either.
Out of curiosity, sir, do you get reports of strange goings on, ghost stories, things that you wouldn't expect to, you might think are hoaxes, anything like that?
Could you be a bit more specific?
Well,
heard there's a camp of nomadic folk outside. A lot of that sort of thing comes with superstitions, oftentimes.
Right. Well, yeah. For the most part, they tend to keep themselves to themselves. I do know a lot of them work in the mines. That seems to be kind of their cultural thing in a way. A disproportionate amount. They're not very popular locally because of some issues with, the usual thing, whenever anything goes bad, obviously they're kind of...
Scapegoated?
Yeah, they're kind of blamed for it, So, anything that goes wrong tends to get pinned on them until some evidence comes to light to suggest it was someone else, If someone's car goes missing, it's them. If someone loses something, it's obviously been stolen. From what I can gather, they've actually been in this area for hundreds of years. Almost like a tribe or something in a way. Kind of keeping to the old ways to a certain degree. But beyond that, I couldn't really tell you much about them. They, like I said, they keep themselves to themselves and they have their own traditions and things. Sometimes you'll hear like a party going on or something like that, but they never really invite anyone from the village or even anyone that they work with. Yeah.
Superstitions about the mines or, abominable snowmen, anything like that?
Abominable snowmen? No, I mean...
it's pretty bloody snowy outside.
There was the tales of the winter of 34 and what they called the Mineton Beast. But as far as I'm aware, all that really happened there was that one person turned up dead, and then there was a big panic about it. There is an article about the miner who died.
Oh, it was a miner. Was he part of the sort of the local community?
Yeah, he was a miner who worked at the Delaney mines. Turned up dead. This was in 34. I'd have to dig out the article. Do you want me to see if I can find it for you?
Yeah, that would be great if you could.
Sure, no problem. He does a quick search, hits enter, goes, then goes back and types something else in, hits enter, and then there we go. Yeah, here we go. It's not a big article, I'm afraid, but it was front page news at the time. So yeah, here it is. February 21st, 1934. Do you want me to read the article out to you, folks?
Please.
Yes, please.
Miner found dead. Sherman Costello, 34, was found dead in a field 3 miles outside of town yesterday evening. Costello disappeared 2 days ago on his way home from the Delaney mine, where he worked as a shift foreman. Since then, his family and the sheriff have been searching the area. Sheriff, I keep saying sheriff, and the police have been searching the area. The police found the body 2 miles from the road, an apparent victim of an animal attack. Costello's son, Jesse, 19, doesn't believe that an animal is responsible for his father's death. He's all chewed up, sure enough, but there aren't anything like bears or wolves or anything here. I mean, this is England. And what animal would be out hunting in the middle of winter anyway? It just doesn't make any sense. The police have suggested that Costello could have been attacked by wild dogs, and doubts that foul play was involved, pointing out that Costello was a popular man, well liked and respected by all who knew him. His son Jesse, however, has his own theory. It was those traveller folk, I'm sure of it. A funeral service will be held this Saturday at 10 a.m. in the Costello home. That's the article. That's all it says.
Cool.
That is interesting.
Jesse Costello, presumably dead now. We should look for his obituary, see if he has any kids, grandkids. I'd imagine his kids would probably be about my age, 50s. We should see if there's anyone that we can talk to, anyone that might have some information family-wise.
Do you want to...
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea on that front.
While you're at the paper, do you want to have a look at the...
obituaries, please.
Research that might be related to that?
Yeah, we did want to look up Delaney, just in general, right?
Yeah.
Sort of get a bit of a profile on him, I guess.
We should see if there's been any other animal attacks as well.
Yes.
Appearances, if whatever.
Yeah.
Decided to take them back to his house to eat them.
Yeah, by all means. If you want
Search
to.
for like unexplained like disappearances or anything like that, missing persons.
Sure, by all
I
means.
guess within the last 70 years or around that time to now.
Okay, so what specifically are you searching for? Animal attacks.
Yes, or missing persons as well.
Okay, so can you do me a check? I just need to figure out what's going to be the best one. I think it's probably going to be. Just bear with me one sec while I bring it up. I should have opened the rulebook already. I apologise. I did not. That was foolish of me. Menu open. There we go. So yeah, we are going to go with. I think that library use is probably going to be the most appropriate here. So library use rolls, please.
Oh, we're doing them in roll 20, aren't we?
Yep, in roll 20, please.
It's a slash in roll 20, isn't it?
Yes, I think so.
I almost rolled to D1000 there.
That'd be pretty funny. No, you can't find anything else. Maybe you're not searching for the right terms.
Maybe it would be good to look at if we narrowed it down first by bad weather, because the dude said the winter of 34. You don't get a title like that unless it's a bad winter, right?
True.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good point.
Okay, so
So
you
we
want to
could-
refine the search a bit.
Yeah, to sort of. Can we like first look for winters where the weather was extremely bad, lots of snow, and then sort of look for missing people within that?
Sure, by all means. So, give me library use rolls. Oh, Carl.
Ooh.
Sorry, I didn't mean that.
Oop,
Oh, that was with D20, yeah.
yeah, wrong.
Sad times.
You wasted a good roll.
Well, it didn't. If it was trying to roll low, then that would have been a bad roll.
Oh yeah. Because it's proportions.
Okay, so Nigel, you managed to luck out and you find several articles, in fact, that indicate that there have been similar deaths every 10 or so years since the paper was digitised, but they seem to have increased in frequency in recent years, maybe in the last 20 or so. So they're sort of happening every 6 years or so, someone being mauled by an animal.
And they were all like described as like animal attacks.
Yes. With no usually described as perhaps by wild dogs or something similar, like feral dogs. Judging by the pattern of wounds, etc.
I'm guessing this is like the whole Beast of Minton thing. Is every few years someone turns up like this. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's the Beast of Minton."
Just like laughed at me when I said about abominable snowmen.
So maybe
And yet we've got people dying every 10 years or so in the winter, being torn apart.
Maybe we should look at the most recent victim, bar the woman, and then try and speak to his family, since they're most likely to be around still, or her family.
The last victim is listed as a Connor Winters, who was a derelict, a transient, who was found about a mile from the road out in the snow, having been attacked by something. And
when you say he was a transient, you mean he was like an unrelated vagrant, or was he part of the quote-unquote traveller community?
An unrelated vagrant.
Okay.
You really don't like hobos, do you? Killing hobos. I feel like it's bringing us back to the traveller community as well. That we may want to pay them a visit as well.
Yeah, just on the basis that is it within our sort of scope of computer powers to narrow down like what sort of people are getting attacked? Like, is it mostly mine workers? Would we be able to look for something like that?
It seems actually pretty random. Looking
It's
at
just
it,
random.
yeah, there was a housewife in like 45. There was a war veteran in 67. There was a teenage girl in the mid 80s.
Oh, right, okay, so it's not like exclusively people from the mines or exclusively people from the local like traveler community. It's just completely random and all over the place.
Completely
Okay.
random and all over the place. Also, they're not travellers in the sense that they're like, gypsies. They're
Yeah,
just, that seems to just be the term that the person in the article used. If anything, they're the complete opposite, as they've been there
Well-
for a long time.
they're sedentary. They're not traveling.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I said quote unquote. Like,
Yeah.
do we have a name for them that we can call the local group of people, or are we just stuck calling them quote unquote travelers?
You could ask Mr. Miller that.
Ask Mr. Miller what they call themselves.
Yeah,
Oh, they just call themselves the people.
The people.
The people.
interesting.
They say that they've always been here and they always will. That's what they say. We are the people. We have always been here and we always will. All right. So,
Is there anything else we want? Or do we research Delaney and see if
Yes.
any articles come up about him?
you can. So, give me another research check using library use, please.
No. Yeah.
I really need to just copy paste this. Oh, that's a question mark, not a slash.
There is a button you can press.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where it is. I don't know how to use Roll20 is.
Where the dice is below the arrow clicker.
Did you want to cross-reference this with anything, by the way? Or you just?
I feel like we did want to.
Because if you do a general search, you're likely just to find, anything that involves Delaney mining whatsoever, and it's going to be like a ton of articles and not much use.
We wanted to look at the mines he was buying or something like that, right?
Yeah,
From the last session, we found out he was buying up mines like crazy, but then not actually turning over a profit.
Yes. So I would say we want to obviously look for narrow it down to the mine he's buying, but I mean, is there any way that we could do it to proximity of the known attacks from the beast, or are they like randomly placed? That's a good point actually. Before we do that, you know how you said there's no pattern for victims. Is there any pattern for location of attacks that we can discern?
They're all just around the town.
Just everywhere.
Yeah, just a mile or two from the town, in the wilderness, as it were, in the snow. So, when you were narrowing it down, you were searching for stuff relating to the mine purchases, yeah?
So yeah, I think that's
Okay,
probably...
so the last article is dated from a month ago, and it's basically from the business section, and it's talking about Delaney mining, making speculative bids on some disused mines, and there is a quote from a spokesperson from the mine company saying, well, these mines haven't been used in quite some time. We don't really know what's down there. The only way to find out is to go down and have a look.
Mm.
It's
Interesting.
pretty dry stuff. It's pretty dry stuff. Given that they are apparently, tapped out mines, they're not going for very much either, so they're being bought up quite cheap.
Whatever this thing that's killing them is living in one of them, but I'm not sure how we can narrow that down further from here.
You think that whatever's killing people is living in one of the mines?
I reckon so. That's my theory.
It's an abominable snowman / yeti. I had it in my head that it was a yeti before we came on tonight. So maybe there's something in that. Do we want to research anything else? I kind of am tapped.
Do you want to maybe combine some searches? Maybe search for Delaney in the context of the beast, or search for Delaney in the context of the people, or something along those lines?
do it in the context of the people. I want to see if he has like ties to them, or if they don't like him specifically.
Work for him, don't they? If they'll work in the mines.
Yeah, but that could be because like it could be a case of him having bought up all the land that they consider to be like ancestrally theirs, and they work in the mines as like a matter of like they have to. You get me?
Give me another library use then, folks. Really, it should only be one of you rolling, but I'm going to allow all three of you to, because you've got plenty of time. So you can all it will reflect you all trying different things, giving different suggestions. Oh, very good rolls there. Nigel, you just got a critical success, so you can put a check next to library use.
Nice.
Did we get any checks last session, by the way?
There were like 3, I think.
Yeah.
I added 1 to my electronical repair.
Yeah, we did it at the end of the session, didn't we?
I bodged that briefcase. Yeah.
All right, so Nigel, you luck out, and you do find one article that relates. Unfortunately, Bernard, you just find the same article, but Nigel finds it first. So, sorry about your luck there. So you find one that directly relates to the people and Delaney. However, it seems to be a different Delaney.
Oh.
Okay.
Older or younger?
Delaney. It references Maximilian directly, actually, but here we go. Vandals raid magnate's mansion. This is dated July 17th, 1923. Maximilian Delaney, son of Jasper Delaney and heir to the Delaney copper mine fortune, arrived home from a business trip yesterday to find his home in shambles and his servant nearly dead. In the middle of the night, a group of vandals broke into Delaney's mansion and proceeded to destroy or steal hundreds of pounds. This is the problem with using American source material. Hundreds of pounds worth of furniture and ornaments, and then paint primitive pictures all over the walls. Shelby Moore, Delaney's servant, who was alone in the house, attempted to stop the vandals, but was savagely attacked and almost died from numerous cuts and stab wounds. "I just don't understand it," said Delaney. "What do these savages want with me? They hit every room in my house. There's no telling how much damage they've caused or how much they have stolen." According to the police, the vandals were members of the people, as they call themselves, and were searching the mansion for something, though neither they nor Delaney have any idea what they might have been looking for. Asked about the pictures and symbols painted on virtually every hall in the house, the police could only say, "The people are a queer bunch. Who's to say what they're up to?" While the police plan to search the area for the culprits, he admits that the spokesman admits that they are not very optimistic about finding out exactly who is involved. That's all it says.
So Maximilian is the one that's alive right now. So how old is he? Is he like 100? He must be really old.
Yeah, when is this dated from?
Well, it's like 2009, is it?
Yeah, 2008, 2009.
It is 2008.
And this was he was the son, and this
Yes.
was in 33, did you say?
He was at least a young man at this point.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he's got to be at least around about 100, surely. If you say he was 20 in that, just roughly.
Yeah, he's in his late 90s at the very least.
Correct.
Unless he named his son after himself and there's Maximilian and Maximilian Jr.
Entirely possible.
I feel like, maybe we should ask this guy. But
yeah,
I know we don't want to give it away that he's a person of interest for us, but
we could just say we were looking for articles about the people and then stumbled upon this. We're just curious.
Is it the same man? Is he 100 years old?
He's very old. I don't think it's ever been officially confirmed how old he is, but yeah, that would be Maximilian Delaney, so I guess that would place him around about 100, which he's looking very good for his age, we'll say that. But yeah.
Are there any pictures with the article of any of the symbols or anything like that?
Nope.
Research for. I want to see what the most recent image of Max Delaney looks like.
Can we just Google him?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
If he looks good for his age.
He does, yeah.
How old does he look?
Probably about late 70s. He's it's a old-looking man, mostly bald, just a few clinging on pieces of white hair. Tall and lanky, piercing blue eyes, dressed in a sober business suit. Yeah, probably looks like he's in his late 70s. But
so he's looking pretty good.
Healthy for it.
That's suspicious.
Very suspicious.
You don't just get to be 100.
Totally. Usually you look like a wrinkly
I
bald
mean, it's
bag.
entirely possible he was 16 when that happened. I mean, he might have started young. I mean, it was way back in the day.
He could have been like 14, to be fair, because you'd leave school at like 14 and that kind of.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Regardless, it still means he's really, really old.
Yeah.
Right. So he probably is some kind of evil sorcerer.
But to be fair, if he was 14 to 16 at the time, that would place him in his late 70s, early 80s. So that wouldn't be far off of how he appears.
Alright, okay. So he
could be a natural.
Just a long-lived man. He's not supernaturally suspicious. Over 100, then it's like devil man. But
yes,
prior to that, he could just be a regular person who's. I mean, he is rich. Rich people do tend to live longer.
They do. Rich people do live longer.
Is there anything else we want to search? So we've tried to cross-reference the people and Delaney.
I feel like maybe we should go and see the people, because we've heard a lot about them from sort of third-hand sources, but it'd be nice to sort of hear about this from their perspective.
Find out whether I killed that old man as well.
Yeah, you did kill that old man.
Well, allegedly, he may well have limped off home and got fixed.
Well, if we see him, we can, I don't know, try and make it up to him.
I think we should try and find out in the village if we were to bring a gift to the people to apologise or just to not necessarily to apologise, but just to kind of present ourselves in a positive way to just try and ingratiate ourselves to them. What kind of gift they would appreciate? Probably alcohol.
Right, so you want to bring them a gift?
Yeah. Did anyone get?
We're not from here. We have no stake in this kind of rivalry they have between the town and them. It's kind of a peace offering,
Yeah, and because we're not from the town, they might be more willing to have a bit of a chat with us.
Yeah.
They don't tend to have a problem with having a chat with people. It's just you'd be hard pressed to get anything more superficial than good day and so on and so forth out of them. They're not they keep themselves to themselves, but they're not that standoffish. By all means, I mean, head over and talk to them. I don't think you'll need to take a gift or anything either, unless you're asking them something particularly, difficult or impertinent. But yeah, you can't really miss their sort of, I guess you'd call it a camp. It's not really a camp. They have a set of houses that are sort of out the east side of the town, about half a mile back. It's quite an interesting setup. It looks like they built it all themselves, and it just kind of added to it over the years. It's almost like a small village even. They have their own sort of hall there and their own bar where they brew their own kind of beer and stuff that they use as a communal hall. I would suggest maybe trying there.
That sounds like a good idea.
Hmm?
That sounds like a good idea to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we head directly over there then? Are we done Googling things?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's a good idea. I'm going to say to Justin, just before we go, the woman was found ripped to pieces, and the man got pushed out a window.
Oh. What?
At
That's
the
really
hotel. Yeah. So I just wanted to make you aware of it because you've been so helpful to us today. So thanks
Well,
for that.
thanks. Do you happen to know whether either of those people was a local? I mean, that's pretty crazy.
The woman was trapped here, like us. We actually met her in the bar the night before, and I don't know anything about the man, unfortunately. So
Okay,
I can't
well,
help you there.
I guess I'll keep an eye on things and wait for the police to send over details, assuming they'll let us talk about it. But thank you for letting me know. I appreciate it. Have a wonderful day, and if you do need anything else, do feel free to pop back. As you can guess, with the snow, things are pretty quiet here, so it's been a welcome distraction from trying to find this damn piece of paper.
Piece of paper.
Oh yeah, just a interview transcript from some stupid person who entered a competition and won something that we needed for this next upcoming issue. I think Jeff was probably had a few too many and filed it away somewhere.
Well, I hope you find it.
Cheers. Yeah, me too. I will see you around, I guess. And like I said, if you need anything else, do feel free to come back.
Cheers,
He
mate.
shakes
Thanks
your
a lot.
hand enthusiastically.
Thanks a lot, buddy. Cheers.
All right. So you're going to depart.
Yes.
All right.
So are we going to head towards the people their town hall? What did you call it? A lodge? Is it like a smoke lodge?
A smoke
I'm a-
lodge.
Yeah, I'm imagining they're sort of like Inuit slash like
Right.
Native,
Okay.
Native
So
American.
in the north of England. No,
Northern.
it's a squat stone building that looks kind of like an old school town hall, like something that would have been built maybe middle of last century in a relatively poor part of the country. It has sort of windows that are kind of they look handmade. You know, they're kind of wavy looking. Looks like it's been around for a while. There is an open front door to it and music coming out. The music is curious in nature. Slightly. It sounds like folk music, but there are some odd little twists to it that you've not really heard before, and a couple of instruments that you don't necessarily recognise. There are a bunch of people kind of wandering around in this kind of village area. It's taken you about 20 minutes to get there through the snow. They kind of look at you curiously and with not a great deal of kind of acceptance, and go about their business with a sort of shake of the head. Mostly men, though there are a few women. The men are dressed in a combination of sort of slightly out-of-date modern clothes and then more idiosyncratic things that might have been from, say, the 1940s or 50s. So you see several men wearing, like, flat caps. There's a couple of tweed jackets here and there. That sort of thing, you know. It's almost like they're kind of a pigeon version of sort of older style stuff and new stuff that they may have acquired from somewhere. The women all are wearing hats of some kind. Be it a sort of old-fashioned bonnet all the way to like a baseball cap.
Interesting.
But head is covered.
Head is covered.
Okay.
Just before we start dialogue, are we going to mention the man that I hit, or are we going to keep that on the DL? Because it's very likely he's one of them, isn't it?
That's your call.
Yeah, I think that's up to you.
But I guess if he dies, if he's died, then they're not going to be very happy with us. Like, so I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think?
For now, I can't see a scenario in which it
Can
would
you,
help us to open with it.
Yeah, let's definitely
So
not
like,
open
hi,
with
how are we
it.
doing? We ran someone over the other day.
Can you all give me a spot hidden roll, please?
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Carl ain't spotting no hiddens.
Nigel's doing well.
Ah, Nigel and
Oh,
Bernard.
that is a critical success. That means you
Do I get to
check.
put a check?
You
Yeah.
Okay, so Nigel and Bernard, you both notice a wizened old man with long white hair standing at the corner of a house watching you.
Hey, do you think that's that old guy?
No, it's a completely different old guy. He's got long white
Oh.
hair. He's not bald.
Oh yeah, the other one was bald.
He
Village
has
shaman.
a pitted, cracked and leathery face with long white hair framing it.
Elegant feathered
Catches
headdress.
sight of you looking at him and steps back around the house and disappears from view.
Shall we follow that guy?
Yeah, do let's.
Okay.
What guy? I didn't see anything.
There was a grizzly man.
Okay, let's follow him.
Okay, you
Could be
walk
the
around the
police.
house and discover that there is nobody standing behind it. The man has seemingly vanished. And
Well, that's messed up.
from where you are, it would appear that there is nowhere for him to have vanished. The door to the house is on the opposite side. And can you all give me a spot hidden roll again, please?
Certainly can.
Okay. Bernard and Carl, you both notice that there is a set of tracks in the snow. They come from the corner of the house, up to the corner of the house, and then back again, and they don't seem to have come from anywhere or gone to anywhere. They're just there. It's like 4 or 5 steps, then 4 or 5 steps back, and then nothing. Can you both give me a D3 roll, please? Give me a sanity check.
Okay.
100 as well, isn't it?
I
Yeah,
don't.
it's 100.
I think I'm okay.
I have failed. My sanity is 51 at the moment.
Okay, Carl, so give me a D3.
There's no button for D3.
Yeah, you just have to do the slash.
Slash.
Slash roll space 1D3.
Slash roll
Yeah.
1 space 1D3. Correct.
That didn't work. Sorry, I'm making a mess of this. Oh, it's a slash roll is. Okay, I think I got it. There you go.
Okay,
1.
so you feel a shiver go down your spine, but you don't lose any sanity for the revelation of the appearing and disappearing old man.
I feel like someone who can disappear probably has the information that we're after, though, so I'm annoyed that he vanished.
I grab where he would still be standing if maybe he could turn invisible.
Nope.
Oh. Chuck some snow at him.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick snow up at where his footprints stop.
I'm surprised you haven't just like flamethrowered it.
Last time I did that, I lost my eyebrows
True.
and dignity.
And dignity. And all throwing Molotov cocktail privileges for a little while. Alright. No, there doesn't appear to be anything there. It does appear to have disapparated.
Really strange.
Indeed.
Oh, well, wizard.
A man of disappearance. one of the people sees you kind of looking at this spot or acting weirdly and gives you a bit of a glare.
Shit, we should probably try and find someone who's like, I don't know, in charge-ish and go speak to them. We're just making ourselves really suspicious, and they're probably not going to talk to us if they decide they don't like us because we're suspicious.
That's a good point. I mean, we don't know if these people are aligned, how they're aligned. Yeah, either do we? So I'm not even sure telling them we're investigators is a good idea at this point.
I suppose we could say we wanted to get their side of the story. Like if we say we're investigating, but you know we're interested in sort of, you know, we know the town people are biased and we can't trust their accounts. Maybe that'll make them trust us a little bit more.
Or
Sure.
just give them money.
We could just give them money. We are rich. Should we try and find someone?
You don't seem like a kind of people that are interested in too much money.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
A rather handsome selection of bonnets for their women folk. So we're gonna head into the pub, the squat pub.
Okay, it's like a combination pub and town hall. So it's like a long, low hall lit by electric lights. So they have electricity and things up here. And what it looks like is that the tables that are currently there can be cleared away at a pinch so that they can have dances or festivals, whatever it is that they have. There's a bar at one end and the door in at the other. And then sort of enough room for about 6 round tables with about 6 chairs around. There are a couple of older men drinking pints of a dark brown ale. And a younger man, maybe mid-40s, wearing a flat cap behind the bar. He has a sort of handsome-looking set of mutton chops, which make him look even more odd, given that he is wearing an Adidas tracksuit jacket alongside everything else. He looks at you from over his moustache as you enter. The old men are pointedly ignoring you.
We approach the bar.
Okay.
Good afternoon. Can we get 3 pints of ale, please?
I don't think so, travellers. There ain't much for you here. I don't know why they're from the West Country. But that's the voice I've done, so we're sticking with it.
Oh no.
That's fine.
There ain't much for you here, I'm afraid. This is the hall for the people, and you ain't of the people.
No, completely understand. Is there any chance that we can speak to somebody in charge? We just have a few requests. We're
not here from like the police or anything like that.
Yeah, we're visitors.
We're
not locals.
We're not inclined to talk to outsiders. We are the people. We have always been here, and we always will be here, and that's all you really need to know about us.
Well, we're kind of interested in the mines in the area, actually. So you say the people have always been here. So were you here before Delaney Mines sort of opened up shop in the area?
Well, I wasn't, no. But the people have always been here, and they always will be here.
That's not as helpful as you might think it is.
That's all I really have to say to you folk. Now, I suggest you be on your way.
Maybe we should mention the woman getting ripped to shreds.
Yeah.
And that we're worried about that.
You're worried about a woman who's already been ripped to shreds?
Well, worried about being next. I mean, it was in the hotel we're staying at, isn't it? Because they might know about that. At least they can, people can empathise with self-preservation instinct.
Can you all give me a check, please? I would like you to give me a I can't say the fucking word again. Pardon my
Psychoanalysis. You got it.
Psychoanalysis, or a psychology roll, whichever you are better at.
Over.
Oh, critical success, I think.
Critical success.
Where even is it?
What is with Bernard's rolls for these checks, people? You can put a check
Bernard's-
against that one as well.
So should I go for? I mean, psychology's better, so I was probably rolling that, right?
Yeah.
Cool. I didn't get any checks last time, so you know, it's just karma biding its time. It's my turn.
Okay, does anyone else want to roll? Did everyone else roll?
We rolled. I failed.
Oh, yeah, both of you failed. Okay. So, Bernard,
Yes.
you get the distinct impression that this man, while being very courteous and polite about it, really doesn't want to speak to you and would really like you to leave, to the point of, like, if this were a less polite person, they would be outright hostile towards you.
Okay, guys. I think maybe we're outstaying our welcome here, and maybe we should leave.
We should move on.
Yeah.
Apologies for our intrusion. Thank you very much for your time. You've been most cordial.
No problem, folk. I would suggest you don't be coming round here again.
Wanted to give you the heads up before we go, but the hotel we're staying at, a woman was torn to bits last night. So, just thought you'd want to let your community know.
Well, I appreciate the warning, strangers, but don't you be worrying about that. We are well aware of the events up at the hotel. Now, good day.
Well aware of the events.
Why are they well aware of the events up at the hotel?
They've got moles.
Interesting.
Yes, Ben has inadvertently spoiled the scenario for you. The people are, in fact, mole people. They are terrifying mole people. They can't fucking see you, but they have big-ass claws.
Yeah, that's why they've got those bonnets on. They've got little
To
mole
cover their
ears.
little mole ears.
Moles don't have ears.
They do now.
Pincers, don't they?
Have you ever seen beneath a mole's bonnet, though?
I am the keeper. If I say that moles have ears, they have ears. Damn it.
Well, they got ears, but they don't got outside ears. They just got holes.
Well, these moles have got giant ears. Giant floppy ears that they have to fold up on top of their head like 4 times and then put a hat over. I'm talking bullshit. Of course they don't.
Can we say anything else to him, or should we just leave?
We should probably just leave, right? I think he probably wants to punch one of us out, but isn't because he's nice.
Or just his pub?
I mean, he probably means to leave the entire settlement, right? But maybe we should try and find...
Oh man,
Who's probably going to be the most likely person to talk to us? Is going to be someone young, maybe? I don't know. What do you guys think?
Are you having this conversation in front of this guy?
Oh no, we say
we
we've left the pub
Okay, cool.
after we say goodbye.
So you're back outside being given not polite looks, shall we say, by the people who are going about their business.
I want to see if that old geezer's watching us still.
Spot hidden roll.
Oh, can we all do one?
Yeah. Bloody hell, what is with everyone's rolls?
Wow.
So Nigel, you
mine
can
as
put
well.
a check next to spot hidden as well. You scan the vicinity and you do not see hide nor hair. However, Nigel does notice that there appears to be a small boy looking very curiously at you from a nearby woodshed type thing. It's like a sort of outside lean-to structure that has wood in, and he is kind of crouched under it and staring intently at you.
We should do a seance with him.
He's doing a gesture in the direction and say, you're looking for someone young to chat to, maybe that's our ticket.
Maybe.
The three spectacled middle-aged men speedily approach the child.
I mean, let's not read too much into that, okay?
Okay.
To be fair, I don't think Bernard's middle-aged, is he? Is Bernard middle-aged? Hello?
Anything over 30 is middle-aged, isn't it?
No.
My
Jordan,
guy's
would you disagree?
Yes.
I was asking,
No.
how old is Bernard?
How old's Bernard? He's fairly young. He's like late 20s, early 30s.
Okay, yeah, so you're not middle-aged. Okay,
Yeah.
so are all three of you going to go over to this little boy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you walk over to the little boy who immediately jumps out from his hiding place and bolts off because three men are approaching him.
Yeah, I thought that might happen. Whoops.
I'm going to pursue him.
You're going to chase the little boy.
No, I'm kidding. That was a mistake.
Should have just smiled and waved.
One of the women who is outside scrubbing some clothes in a tub, like old school style, looks at you and tuts audibly. You're starting to get some more hostile looks.
Maybe we should leave. I don't think we're making any friends here.
Yeah, I think that's best to leave.
Full vibes.
Sorry, Nigel, didn't hear that.
So I'm getting some evil 4 vibes from this, so we should go.
Yeah.
Leave.
Okay, so you head back into town. It's now sort of mid-afternoon. You kind of need to decide what you want to do with the rest of your evening because it will be starting to get dark in a couple of hours.
I feel like I shouldn't have gone so hard on the policeman earlier.
Mm-hmm.
They might be a good source of information because surely if they've been called to a tearing up every 6 years, they've got to have ideas about what's going on.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. What do you think, guys?
I get as much of a vibe from the town as I do from the people in that this is our town, leave us to our devices kind of thing, you know? It's more modern, it's more... Yeah, they just didn't seem too interested in dealing with us or anyone from outside. I don't know, I don't have a suggestion into what to do next. I'm just kind of voicing the feelings that I've gotten from this situation.
Barman was pretty friendly with us. Maybe
He wasn't. He was friendly, but he wanted us to go.
Really?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I have a guess.
So
in the hotel.
So you're back in town.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about the barman in there.
Yeah, I felt the hotel barman was quite friendly.
Yeah, he was pretty friendly.
Maybe we go back to the hotel and see if we can, have lunch and see if there's anybody there that we could talk to.
That sounds like a good idea.
Okay, so spot hidden rolls, please, people.
Ooh.
Okay, Carl, do you think you catch a glimpse, almost like on a reflection on a car or something, of a old man with long white hair standing around a corner looking at you? When you look back again, the image is gone from the reflection on the window.
I mean, I've seen a picture of Delaney. It's not him, is it? It's someone different.
Not. It's someone else.
I'm gonna just say to the guys, "Oh, I swear I just saw that old man that disappeared again." I think he might be following us. I'm not gonna chase it because I imagine he's just disappeared again.
I think a good thing if he might be following us to talk to us.
Oh, Lord, I guess we just have to wait to see.
I could be wrong, yeah.
If he approaches us, it could be whatever tore that woman apart. Maybe he's the abominable
True.
snowman.
Mm.
Should we keep going back to the hotel?
Yeah, you want to
Yes.
keep heading back to the hotel? Alright, so you get back to the hotel. I would suggest that this would be a good point for people to take a break if they would like one, for smoking and things like that.
Yeah, I need to grab another beer.
Yeah, go for it. So
That
we'll
works.
give it 5.
Cool.
Alright, so we are going to pause things for a second. So anyone who is out there listening along, we will be back in about 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. Cigarette break time. Yay.
Do bear in mind that we are still recording, and therefore anything that you say, if you have not muted your mic, will be picked up on the recording.
Okay.
Okay?
I like how you said that after said I was going to go for a cigarette. Like, be careful.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. We will just wait for the players to filter back. If you are watching this either live or on some sort of replay, then I do hope you're enjoying it. I'm still a little bit under the weather, so I do apologise for not being quite tip-top of my game. Tiredness has claimed my scalp today. Much like the scalp of Cynthia was scattered across the floor of her hotel room. Also, I realised I forgot to put spooky music on, so I'm going to put some spooky music on. Here comes
Not know that was
spooky
their name.
music. Anyone else?
Did not know that was her name, Cynthia. I didn't care to learn it.
Ah, okay.
I think it's because she cheeked us up in the pub.
Yeah, she was pretty rude and obnoxious, wasn't she?
Once she got tore to pieces.
Yes. Indeed. It is indeed a dark and disturbing case. For the
Been watching any-
Wystery Wachine.
Have you
When I
been
was a
watching-
kid, my dad would be like, one of these days you're going to get lippy with the wrong person. That typical spiel. I think that's what happened to Cynthia.
Yeah.
Lippy with the abominable
She
snow.
gave her attitude, yeah, to the Yeti.
To the Yeti.
Yeah.
What we've decided it is.
So work in theory, yeah.
I mean, through the window. Do you remember that?
Yes. I am going to just warn everyone in advance. I'm actually feeling a bit crap still, because I've still not quite recovered. So I reckon we're probably going to call it at 11. I'm sorry it's a bit of a short session. If we want to have another session this week, then I'm quite happy to do that. Just because I'm feeling quite tired. Hey!
What's going on? Are we...
I was just saying that I'm feeling kind of tired and still not quite 100%, so I might call it at 11. I know that's really early considering when we started, so if we want to play again this week, I'm totally down for that.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm not doing anything.
See where we go, no pressure.
Cool. Okay, so you are back at the hotel. It is around about 4:30 in the afternoon, so you've got some time to kill before the kitchen's open for dinner. Presumably you're going to want to eat here, as it's the only place to eat in town, really, and you haven't had anything yet today. What would you like to do in the meantime? You've got about an hour before the kitchen starts taking orders.
We want to go... Oh,
Sorry.
go on. No, go on.
I was just going to say, is this the only pub in town?
It's not the only pub, but because of the snow, it's the only one that's open.
Sure, okay.
We have internet access here, at least if the phone lines are down.
Yes. You do.
I write a blog post.
Okay. Yeah, the phone lines are down, but you do have internet access in that you can use things like GPS, and if you do write something, it will upload if slowly.
Yes, I guess I'd just like to put a blog post up of our current situation. A call for help, in essence. I want to mobilise the army to do some research for us.
Yes. Okay, so what would you like them to research for you?
I guess the Beast and Delaney,
All right.
maybe. Is there anything else we'd want to add into it, Bernard, Nigel?
No, I'm happy with that.
And explain that we're currently in a situation where, there's been a suspicious death that that's currently under investigation. Maybe not go into too much detail in case the police get mad at us, but
Yeah.
that really. But I feel like that's probably a good idea to do.
Okay, yep. So by all means, that seems like a good option. You put a post up. As I said, it will take a while to upload, and it will certainly take a while to get any results. But worth a try. You never know. You might get lucky.
Yeah.
So, all right. So the kitchen is now open. You are free to head down and get some dinner, I guess.
Before we do that, do we want to set up some kind of because I remember last night we were concerned about obviously the man that was in the room joining us looks like killed by people, and the woman was killed by what looks like some kind of animal. But we were gonna maybe set up some kind of in one of the two rooms, like a trap or a dummy or something to try and to protect ourselves in case we get attacked.
You're gonna set what? You're gonna do?
I don't know. But Bernard was asleep in one room by himself, wasn't he?
Right. Yeah.
We hadn't got to sleep yet, but there was just a thought I think we threw out in conversation about what if whatever attacked that woman comes for us.
Okay.
I don't know. What do you think, guys? Am I just waffling?
No.
Or do you want to worry about that after dinner?
This seems like maybe some faulty assumptions. So feel free to shoot me down. But if this, whatever it is coming every 10 to 6 years to kill something, that's already happened. So I don't know that we have to be concerned about that.
The men that killed that man, the investigator whose case we took.
Yeah, that seemed like a specific targeted thing. So again, I don't know. I mean, we know we have that the case that we're talking about very publicly right now. Maybe we should refer to it as something else.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I guess we can just table this until after dinner.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll discuss this when we're in a room away from.
In fact, are we? Are we downstairs yet? Or are we in our room still?
You're still in your room.
Keeper.
You are in your room.
Can I check to see if there's been any sign of somebody coming into the room?
Yeah, by all means, you can do a spot hidden check.
I'm poked about. I don't know. I'm well out of that.
What's your spot hidden?
25?
Ah, you're fine then. Yeah, it's an easy one to tell that the housekeeper has been in and cleaned the room. Literally, if you'd rolled anything other than a critical fail there, I would have told you that.
Maybe just with more of a focus to see if someone had been looking through our belongings rather than tidying up.
Not that you can tell.
Okay. Well, that's me done.
Okay, so what would you like to do, folks?
Heading down to dinner?
Sure.
Yeah, let's go get some food.
Okay, so the restaurant, being the only place that's open at the moment, is relatively busy. It is, in fact, Saturday night now. And there are quite a few people there already, sort of sitting in groups and talking, doing the normal things that people do in restaurants. You spot an empty table and go and take a seat, and a waitress comes over and takes your order. It takes about 20 minutes for the food to arrive, and while simple, it's very good. You are eating, and so on and so forth. And what I would like you all to do now is roll a d20.
Ooh.
Rare.
Okay, so Bernard, you spot a couple of tables over. There is a man staring at you intently. He appears to be in his late 70s, mostly bald, and is dressed in a sober dark grey business suit. He is tall and lanky and has piercing blue eyes, eyes which lock onto you.
Oh,
The room
shit.
suddenly falls silent as your gazes lock. A moment later, you realise that time has stopped around you. The other investigators and guests are frozen in mid-bite, their food and their utensils suspended in front of their faces. Only Delaney, for that is he, and the investigator are moving. Delaney breaks off eye contact, then ignores the investigator as he sips his soup. His voice, however, echoes inside your head. You did well to come here. You have done all that I have commanded, and I am well pleased. But now you must leave. You cannot begin to fathom the secrets of this valley, and nothing good can come from your interference. Suddenly the scene returns to normal and time flows as usual once more. The table where Delaney was sitting just a moment before is now empty. Those soup bowl and wine glass are still there. Please
What?
give me a sanity check, Bird. You have failed.
Yeah, I have failed.
Please roll a d3.
I get an irrational fear of old men. To go with your fear of rats.
Irrational fear of soup.
2.
You lose 2
Fine.
sanity.
Lovely.
The weirdness of the event.
I'm on 42.
Nigel and Carl have continued talking about whatever it is they're talking about as though nothing has happened, eating their food, drinking their pints.
Guys?
Yes.
I just had a bit of a weird experience. I think I just saw Delaney, and he spoke to me in my mind.
Well, ordinarily I would say that is, insanity. But, after you got thrown out the window by a poltergeist, yeah, that sounds plausible.
He said that we've done everything that he's asked, and that we've done well, but we need to leave and not interfere anymore. Which just makes me want to interfere more.
Well, it wouldn't be called
Well,
Cthulhu
I mean,
if you all just packed up and drove away because of some old man giving you a mental warning to keep off his land.
Well, I mean, we would leave if we could, but also, what have we actually done? It's strange for him to say well done, considering I don't think we've actually done anything. Unless he didn't want the police to find out that man was investigating his mines. Because, I mean, that's the only intervention we've made, is taking the briefcase.
Yeah, maybe he's... Well, we haven't done... I don't remember him asking us to do anything. So I'm not sure what he's talking about there.
Maybe the old man. Maybe the old man in the car. Maybe the old man darted out. Was he running away from something?
Maybe.
Was he? He seemed pretty upset, but didn't he? Shouted some stuff and then ran off into the snow. Like he was in a hurry to get somewhere. Maybe that's what we did to help him, hitting that old man. Maybe we took out someone that he wanted gone. But I mean, as far as I'm concerned, there's the only 2 real things we've done since we've been here. And he just teleported away.
Yeah, look, his soup and wine is still there.
Can I go over and check if they're warm?
You can indeed. You walk over. The wine is cool. It is a white wine, and the soup is warm.
It was definitely just used.
Yeah, he was sipping that soup. It was really weird.
Waiter who was sitting here.
Ah, that was Mr. Delaney. He must have stepped out for a minute. He looks a bit confused, but kind of shrugs it off.
Very strange.
seek him personally for clarification. We can act as though we're receptive to the idea of not interfering anymore, but I think we should seek him out under the pretense of clarification of what he's just informed us of. Or
Yeah, maybe, I mean, well, the fact that he's acknowledged us our existence is at least something.
I think we should, at the very least, we should try and see him face to face.
Confront him. I mean,
Perhaps.
I don't know, he stopped time. I feel like he's gonna do something worse.
that's it. And I feel like is he an adversary to the people? They seem to have some sort of feud going back 70 years.
What, because of them breaking into his house?
They were looking for something. Maybe he took something from them.
I think that seems likely, given that he keeps buying up all the mines and the people say they've been here forever.
Why don't we break into his offices tonight?
Okay.
Sorry, Nigel, you're cutting out again there, mate.
Breaking into his offices.
You're up for it.
Yeah, why not?
So let's take action.
It's a move.
It's
power
certainly a
move.
power move.
Yeah.
Show him you're the alphas. Show him your dominance.
I'm going to take a dump on his
Piss on
desk.
his desk.
What do you reckon, Bernard?
What, we want to go break into his house?
His office?
Well, as much as I'd like to, it sounds like a bad idea.
I mean, he's a wizard. I don't know if I want to break into a wizard's house, but into his office.
Yeah.
He's probably in bed at home, so...
Well, maybe.
So is that?
I reckon we should do it. But he's come here, he's spat in our eyes, he's drank his soup, and gulped his wine. Yeah, it's time to be actors in here, not reacting to things.
I like
Yeah?
Ben
Oh,
just
okay.
Damn him for drinking his soup.
I have a feeling it's going to go terribly wrong for us, but we'll be fine. Nobody's died yet.
Yeah.
Yet being a good word to use.
I mean, we could go and do that now, to be fair. Like, I mean, what... Time stopped, so it's still only 4:30, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, time started again. It's
Okay.
it took you an hour to write the blog post, so that was to 5:30. You've just had dinner, which took about 20 minutes from ordering to arrive, so it turned up around about 6 o'clock. You spent the last 30 to 45 minutes eating, and then another 10 minutes chatting and finishing your drinks afterwards. So it's around about 7 o'clock at night now, give or take.
Here's a thought. What about instead of just breaking into his office without a plan, without an idea? What if we tried to break into his offices and possibly leave some of our equipment there if we have something that can be concealed?
Like bug him.
Perhaps. It's a thought.
Yeah. I think that... I mean, if he didn't just stop time in front of me, I feel like that would be a good thing to do, but he might just kill us.
Okay, so what do you think our next move should be?
I don't know, it's kind of the only, line of investigation we have, isn't it?
Well, that's kind of why I was so immediately up for it, is because it's a bold move, and otherwise, I don't know what our next move would be. If we don't
Okay.
get bold, we're going to be looking at microfiche again, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but...
We may be able to find out what the location of the mine of interest is as well, that the investigator was sent to speculate on.
Yeah, let's go with... Yeah, okay, let's do it then. Let's do it.
I'm
Okay.
gonna draw my trusty crowbar from my rag holding pen.
You've got like a
It-
bag of holding in your pants that just contains tons of rags and a crowbar.
That's exactly it. And I'm not gonna do that yet. I'm gonna wait until the time before when we're outside the building to do it.
Okay. So, what sort of time are
what-
you looking at for doing this?
Well, I mean,
I
What
was
if
thinking
we?
like 1 or 2 a.m.
What if one of us tried to distract him?
we don't know where he is. He's teleported away.
That is true.
I assume he's in his house, in his mansion, wherever that is.
Yeah. I was
Um,
thinking the dead of night for if we're gonna break in somewhere, we might as well do it properly, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure you
Maybe-
guys know how to do anything properly. I mean, you managed
I
to
mean,
set yourselves on fire while trying to fight some rats.
I think
That's quite enough. You.
I think it would be a good idea. We do need to be careful because if there's another incident and we're nowhere to be found, they might be like, "Well, it was them." But I think we
That's
have to
very
take
true,
the,
yeah.
I think we have to take this chance and go for it.
No, you've just raised a really, really good point. To be fair, the police very, very much still have an eye on us and want us to mess up.
Yeah,
So that
we.
in all of this on us. So maybe I think we should break into his office. I think we should put a pin in when.
Yes.
And I think until the police suspicion is dropped, but also we can use the police suspicion if he comes to us again and freezes time and says, "You've done your bit, jog on." We can say we can't really jog on because the police have told us not to go anywhere.
What?
Yes.
What about some sort of distraction?
That's what I was thinking, and maybe we could distract him.
Set something on fire. I was thinking distracting the police. We could maul an innocent bystander in an imitation killing of the beast.
You could chase after
That's-
a young boy in
Again, that's
people's camp, for example.
Yeah.
again, that's definitely a move. I'm less sold on this one.
On the committing acts.
Something.
Mauling somebody,
On the,
tearing them like meat
Yeah.
from bone, and no.
on the committing acts of arson or murder in order to conceal
Yeah.
breaking and entering, you know?
It seems like a misstep to prove our innocence as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe
We didn't kill that person, we killed the other person.
it was another homeless. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. It was a hobo, it doesn't matter. We're allowed to do that. I mean,
Who cares about that?
We're
it's
hoping
a
that.
homeless person.
Okay, so no criminal distractions, but I feel like a distraction would be good, but I just can't think of anything that's not like a
Setting things
felony.
on fire.
I mean, we could just send one of us. I could just go and see him, I guess.
That is certainly doable, but do you really want to go and see the guy at 2 o'clock in the morning?
Not really at 2 o'clock in the morning, no.
I think we should. This came up last time. I think we should try and schedule an appointment with him.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you'd have to wait till Monday morning to do that, because presumably the office is going to be closed on a Sunday.
Yeah.
We go at 11 o'clock. No, we go at 1 o'clock in the morning. We just break in, we do it, with no distraction, and we just ride our luck a bit on this one.
Okay, yeah, you can do that if you want.
We just go for it and hope that there's not going to be another murder whilst we're out. Maybe we lock the door, we make it look like put do not disturb signs on. Maybe we could pretend to get really, really drunk in the evening in view of everybody, and then make it look like we've gone to bed and we've passed out. So that they're like, well, they were really pissed. They like walked up the stairs singing. They were wasted.
So.
Hmm?
They have cameras. Do you remember they caught footage of guys leaving through the lobby or through the front door or whatever.
So we can't leave through the lobby.
So unless we were gonna get super drunk, head up to our rooms, maybe order some room service, and then climb out the window or something, which again seems like a risk.
Sneak out, like there'll be a back entrance or something, a back staircase. And just sneak out the back. That's a good point though. We do need to sneak out for it.
Okay.
Bernard, what do you think? I know you don't want to actually go through with the crime.
Bernard?
Is anyone there?
Oh, yep, sorry.
Okay.
Maybe we should do that then.
So what's the plan? We wait until the early hours of the morning, and then we try and sneak out of the hotel without going through the main lobby, and make our way to Delaney's offices.
I will point out that there is quite heavy snow outside, so in theory you could drop out of the window if you wanted to. Or there is a couple of fire escape exits.
Are there alarmed doors? Can we get out of them without...
We'd probably have to check that one.
And we can do that now if we've finished our dinner, because I feel like we'd want to wedge one of them as a way back in, because we can jump out of first floor window, but how do we get back in?
Yeah, that is an excellent point.
Yeah.
So we want to we want to obstruct the door so that we can come back in that way.
Okay.
Maybe, and hear me out on this, maybe a fire isn't such a bad idea.
We could just pull the alarm rather than actually setting an actual fire.
Yeah, but then they would have to do a roll call of the guests, and we wouldn't be there. So if we're going to set fire, it needs to be on the opposite side of town that we want. From where we're going to be. I say the People's Mud Hut, their hut pub.
That seems like a really bad idea.
Plus, the things we don't want to actually kill anyone.
No.
Maybe there's like a homeless shelter. we didn't burn them.
Okay, so your plan is to get out of the hotel without being seen and maybe wedge a door open to get back in.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so you can have a look at the fire escapes if you want.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
I think we should do that, definitely.
Alright, so there's a fire escape not far from your room, in fact. It goes onto a short staircase that leads down to the outside of the building. Do you want to go and have a look at it?
Yes.
It has a big sign on it saying alarmed door, do not open unless emergency. But you can't really see anything on it that would indicate that it is actually alarmed. Do you want to examine the door more carefully?
Yeah, so I mean, I've got electrical repair.
Right. What else do you have that might be of use to anyone?
Mechanical repair.
I got science. I don't think that's super relevant though.
Is it a specific science?
I've more chemistry thing, right? Because it's photography related.
Yeah, chemistry's not really going to work for it. I'm afraid.
No.
But I would say that electrical repair will work. So if you want to give me an electrical repair check, what's your electrical repair score?
41.
41.
So well out.
You can push it for a reroll with the luck point if you want.
Yeah, I will. I'll do
Go
that.
for it.
So I'm down to like 40 luck now.
It's alright, there's going to be opportunities to recover luck at some point.
Yay!
Oh, there we go, that works. Okay, so you quickly realise that it isn't alarmed. There is no alarm attached to this door. It seems like the sign is just there to make people think it's alarmed.
So I'm gonna push it open gently and just maybe use like a piece of paper or something to I'll go on the outside and I'll see if I can jam it, and then with the guy still inside in case I can't do it, like wedge it so it would be able to open it from the outside.
Yeah,
Do you know
all
what I
you'd
mean?
have to do. Yeah, all you'd have to do to do that is to stop the locking bar from re-engaging.
So I can like tape it up or something.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll do that then.
You've got duct tape in your bags.
Okay, so I'll tape the mechanism so it
Okay, it
stays.
takes like 3 pieces of tape to make it so that it doesn't ping open and take the tape off, but you managed to do it, and the door looks completely normal from the inside.
Winning.
Okay, cool. I think we're going to call it there, and we'll do the rolls for checks, because it seems like a good point to do it while you've decided what you're going to do. Like I said, sorry for the short session. I am feeling a bit tired and a bit crappy still. So I would suggest, if you want, we can play again later this week. We don't need to pick a day now. We can do that in the next day or two. I would suggest Thursday for now as a provisional, but we can.
I think I'm D&Ding on Thursday. I think,
Okay,
but I'll get back to you on it.
So cool. We could do Friday then, maybe, or even Saturday. Although I do have a Blood Bowl game on Saturday. It's at 6, so I'll be done by then.
Wait, no, Thursday's fine. I'm Saturday.
Okay, so yeah, Thursday or Friday I would suggest. If anyone has any problems with either of those, then we'll just sort it out tomorrow.
I'm leaning towards Friday.
Leaning towards Friday?
Yeah, I'm good with either, to be honest.
Cool. Okay, so we'll look at Friday provisionally. Are you okay with that, Alan?
So, I need to check a few things, but yes, pencil
Awesome.
in.
Yeah, and we'll get some more stuff done rather than just sort of wandering around a bit and having weird, spooky encounters with old men and chasing young boys. So who got checks on skills on that one? I think it was
me.
All right.
It's all Bernard, baby.
I think Nigel got one as well, didn't you? Spot hidden. I
This
remember
was
critical success.
library.
Yeah, I got a spot hidden and I got a psychology.
Yes.
Use.
Yeah, it might actually have been Nigel got a library use as well, didn't
It was, I think it was library use, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll start with Bernard. So what you need to do is roll the D100 and you need to get over your score. So which one are we doing first? Jordan.
Spot hidden?
Okay, what's your spot hidden score at the moment?
25.
Okay, so you need to roll over a 25 on a D100.
Okie dokie. Where's the D100 gone? Oh!
Okay, so roll a D6.
Yes, sir. I've got a 4, so I get to add 4 to it?
Yep.
So it brings it up to 27.
And...
Oh, wait, no, 29, sorry, I can't do maths.
Well, I agreed with it. So psychology now. What's your psychology score?
10%, so D100, 47, yep. So D6 again?
Yep.
Another 4.
Another 4. Okay.
Excellent, so 14 now.
Nigel, with your excellent library skills, what's your library use skill at the moment?
It's 40.
Okay, so you need to roll over a 40. There we go. Roll a D6.
6.
4. Everyone just getting 4
Oh.
today. Okay, cool. So that is some improved skills right there. I'm sure library use, psychology, and maybe spot hidden actually would be good.
Yeah.
So library use and psychology is certainly going to come in handy when you're breaking and entering into an office, I'm sure.
Definitely. I'm going to psychoanalyze the door.
All right, so we'll call it there. If anyone has joined us for this and is watching, or if you are watching a replay of this on my channel, as it is available for 2 months after our sessions, thank you for joining us. Sorry it's been a short one and not a great deal has happened. A fair bit has, actually. Just not quite as much blood and guts as last time. And as we have discussed, it will probably be Friday that we will be playing again. Cheers very much. I need to go and have a rest, for I'm tired.
Yeah, rest time.
Alright, so cheers guys. I am just about to end the stream, and good night and good fright. Mwah,